finished running his diagnostic, and I don't want to risk connecting any tech to our networks till he's done.
Especially if the tech is
Hello there,
military.
folks.
So what do you want me to do?
Take the hub to your apartment. I'll have Frank contact you there.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back to my playthrough of Deus Ex. This is part 5. Now, I did actually record this already. Doing my voiceover whilst I was playing the game, because I find my, I can speak a lot better, and I find it more natural to speak whilst I'm playing the game. It sort of flows better. Well, that's just my personal opinion, as opposed to being forced to watch it all over again, and then waiting for something to happen before I can actually say anything relevant. Now, anyway, moving on. Last time I touched that body, and then everybody just went nuts. And then I hid from them, and everything was okay. And then as soon as I walked up the stairs, they decided to go nuts again.
Jensen, I have a message for you from one of your former colleagues, a Detective Alexander.
Jenny? What did you want?
She said she could use some help if you could make your way over to Grand River Road. And might I just add, as wonderful as it is to have you back at the office, I am not your personal dating service.
Now, you may notice that I only basically upgrades my character when I actually need to. If there's something in front of me. Now, saying even though I've got the passcode, I'm going to hack it anyway, just because you get more experience points, and you level up faster if you actually hack the device. So I went straight ahead and just hacked the device anyway, just to give me the experience boost.
Access granted.
And this is part of the doing the quest for Megan, I believe, is Megan's mother. You just have to look at all the details, stuff like that. Now there's an achievement at this section. I try and go through this, try and hack this thing the first time. Unfortunately, I fail it. So you've got to wait. If you don't get out quick enough, then you've got to wait for the 20-second countdown or something. 22 seconds, something like that. 26 seconds, and you can't do anything until that timer runs down. Which, it's been a while since I played this game, so I completely forgot about that. So all I decided to do was just jump on everything, keep myself entertained whilst that timer went down. But basically, there's a bracelet in there that you need for one of the achievements. One of the achievements is to keep the bracelet and not give it to the mother. It's that little, you can just see that small circular thing down there, covered in the ridiculous yellow filter, the urine filter. Now you see that the screen or the radar just flashed up hostile, and that's because that dumpster fell on that police officer as he was walking up. So he thought I was assaulting him, even though he just walked into the dumpster and the other dumpster fell on top of him, which I found quite funny at the time. So I'm just looking for a way, just looking for a way through. Grabbed a couple of boxes. Now the physics in this game is pretty awful. It's honestly amazing in a way, but yeah, the boxes just fly like they're nothing. like they're made out of paper. So you just got to do a stepping stone type deal with the electricity, just over and over again. It's a little boring, and at the time I was doing this, I didn't realise there was an on-off switch. It was only until I was curious as to see if there was an on-off switch somewhere, and I've been through this way many times, and I never noticed it. Even though you can clearly see it flick up on the screen twice, I still somehow missed it. And then when I realised that I needed multiple boxes to get through the next area, I saw it then, and then I turned it off. And that's the first time I've ever noticed there being a fuse box there. So that part was a success. I was just looking through the bins and stuff. Now I think there's about 4 or 5 side missions in this one area. You know, and they're like the first level hub or something or other. Most of them are just fetch quests. There's not really much point to the side quests besides experience. You know, if you haven't played the game before, then there's achievements in it for it. But it's mostly just experience points. Plus, this game's actually fairly short, especially if you know what if you know exactly what you're doing, and you've done all the story missions before. Then this game can be incredibly short. So I'm just gonna do some of the side missions.
Jensen, long time no see. Jensen, my God, it's been a while. Remember me? We used to work the old 17th precinct back in the day. Man, I wish I could go with the good old you haven't changed at all bit, but that'd be complete and utter bullshit, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. I like your new style. A bit revealing for my taste, but not entirely unappealing.
Oh, yeah? Well, don't get your hopes up, big boy. I'm undercover, keeping tabs on derelict row-ballers. I've got a hunch something big's coming.
Why do I get the sudden feeling you're about to include me into that something big?
Because you're clever. That and the fact that, well, it's pretty obvious. But jokes aside, you couldn't have come at a better time, Jensen. This case I'm on, we're stalling and we could use a little external help.
Go ahead.
I'm with IA now, and we're working a sting on a dirty cop named Jack O'Malley. Elusive motherfucker. I mean, Men in Black elusive. We know he's involved in drugs, weapon dealing, tied into the gangs. But he's clever, and we just can't seem to pin anything on him. I swear he's got friends in high places.
Okay, and where do I fit in all this?
You're an outsider. You can go places we legally can't. I need someone to do a couple of things. Break into his apartment, sneak into DRB territory, and finally, go undercover posing as a hitman. This guy is nothing minor, Jensen. He's the real deal. Major player, major consequences. We have to get him before shit hits the fan. You in?
How about the target, O'Malley? Got any more info?
He's a cop, but he went on assignment with the feds for a while. No reports, no address, nothing. We're pretty sure he got tied up in major covert ops, but never got anything solid on him. He has a badge, but he doesn't feel like a cop at all.
I haven't walked the beat in a while. Could you give me a quick sit rep of the local gangs?
You know, gangs are not the finest example of evolution, if you catch my drift. Everything's pretty much the same. The derelict row-ballers are still dealing and stealing, getting into fights with OGs, and defacing augmented people's property.
Yeah, right. Upstanding citizens.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have the Motor City Bangers. Ignorant scumbags just like the DRBs, only some of them are augmented scumbags.
Can't let a guy like that roam free. I'm in.
All right then, let's get to work. Like I said, I've got a couple of very promising leads, but O'Malley's got friends among the powers that be. I wouldn't be able to get my hands on a warrant, even if I had footage of the perp confessing in real time as he's finger-painting his motive on the wall in the victim's blood. So I guess we're gonna have to break a few rules.
Suits me. Rules would only slow me down.
Very dirty Harry of you, Jensen. But we still have to be careful how we handle this. We've worked hard to catch this son of a bitch. I don't want him to walk on a technicality.
What about the undercover assignment? Posing as a hitman?
O'Malley's crafty, and even a bit paranoid. He's always using proxies, scapegoats, and red herrings to get us off his ass. But after months of schmoozing, we finally got through to one of his guys. Turned him into a mole. He provides us with information, stuff like that.
And he's gonna be my way in?
Exactly. Yesterday, another one of O'Malley's guys whacked someone, a drug dealer. There's a witness, but we don't have any details. O'Malley does, and he wants someone to take care of the mess. The usual guy just got busted for possession, so the contact will send you in to pose as his replacement. O'Malley will be waiting for you in an alley next to the police station.
And you want me to milk him to get the info on the witness?
You haven't lost your touch, Jensen. We think O'Malley will ask you to retrieve the murder weapon, use it to kill the witness, and then plant it on a scapegoat he can arrest later. What you need to do is get that weapon and bring it to me.
And what about the witness?
We're almost positive he's a member of the MCBs. Once you know the location, you'll need to get there, take care of any opposition, and prep him for retrieval.
Prep him?
Well, you know, he's a gangbanger, Jensen. He's not going to turn in peacefully, but we need him alive. So I guess you're going to have to play this one macho and knock him out. One of our guys will then just happen to stumble upon him. You know, serendipity.
So what am I looking for in O'Malley's apartment?
Information, drugs, weapons. Basically anything you think can be used to build a stronger case against him. The more you get, the better.
Okay. What's this about getting into DRB territory?
Yeah, I need you to get in there and track down a shipment of weapons for me. We managed to gain access to solid information that will tie it to O'Malley, but I need proof it's really there. They've probably stashed it around somewhere.
A cop dealing weapons to a criminal anti-Aug gang? Not a pretty picture.
Got that right. I guess we both agree. Nothing good can come out of this, huh? I don't know where exactly the DRB's cache is, but I know there's a bonus for you if you manage to sneak in and out without being spotted. Would make shit easier to handle on my side.
Okay, let's do this. You can contact me on my info link if anything comes up.
Excellent. Oh, and Jensen, one last thing. To protect my cover, it'd be better if you only contact me again once you've taken care of everything.
Right, so she's just, she's just told us that we've got to help deal with some guy called Aidan O'Malley, which is pretty much the most Irish name you can have. I'm pretty sure Rockstar Games used it for GTA 4. When you were one of the missions you had to do with Packy. I think it was a Gerald mission, or whoever was in prison. I can't remember. There was Gerald and Derek. I think it was Gerald. But anyway, he was in prison, and then you have to break out that guy, and I'm pretty sure he's called Aidan O'Malley. But anyway, I was saying that I pretty much only upgrade my character when I need to. So if I had level 3 hacking and I saw a level 4 hack, then I'd spend an upgrade point. This side mission has you running all over the place. Now originally I did plan on getting the jump augment, but when you can just stack up a couple of dumpsters.
Yes. May I help you?
Actually, I've been told by a mutual acquaintance that it might be the other way around.
Were you followed?
Yeah, by a clown and a midget for a while. But they eventually met the bearded woman they were looking for near a coffee shop, and we went our separate ways.
Surely you're aware humor requires context, my friend. With a man like me, being funny in the wrong context could have dire consequences.
So what is it you need?
Straight to business, a rare quality these days. Tell me, are you familiar with local gangs?
More than enough to get by.
Perfect. Now I warn you, this is not the cleanest of work, but your efforts will be well compensated. An associate of mine will leave a package for you in an alley on Grand River Road. You will retrieve this package and then use it to deal with a problem of mine. Permanently.
Who's the target?
Someone who won't be missed, I assure you. A ganger that goes by the name Double T. Hangs around in an apartment near Earl's Court. It's not likely that he'll be alone, just as it's not likely the people keeping him company will be of the pleasant sort. You can't miss him. He's got prominent and rather tasteless augmentations to his face and arms.
You're telling me you went through all this trouble to hire me, just so I can eliminate a banger?
That would be a tad overkill, I admit. No, eliminating the target with the weapon provided to you is only the first part of your assignment. Once you've dealt with Double T, I need you to sneak into Derelict Row and plant the murder weapon among the Baller's weapon stash. Unnoticed.
Kill a member of the Motor City Bangers, then plant the murder weapon in the rival gang's weapon stash. You're trying to start a war.
Hopefully.
So what's the plan? You make a call and rat one of the bangers out, then the DRBs retaliate and so on and so forth until they wipe themselves out?
Pretty much.
What about innocent casualties? These thugs aren't exactly expert marksmen, and it's pretty hard to aim from the window of a moving car. What could be worth such a risk?
I won't discuss my motives with you. I hired you to do a job. Just do it.
I don't understand what you're getting out of this. It sounds to me like you're just the middleman for someone else.
You think too much, my friend. This could prove to be a source of great personal discomfort for you in the near future.
I can get inside Derelict Row, but where can I find their weapon stash?
Look for an old concrete structure that is boarded up and condemned. I believe they stock their supplies right underneath it.
I need a more precise location on the target.
There's a small back alley known to the locals as Earl's Court. You can access Double T's building using the fire escape. He's in one of the apartments on the 4th floor.
So what is it I'm picking up and where is it exactly?
There's a rather luxurious apartment complex on Grand River Road. In front of it, on the other side of the street, you'll see a door that leads to a maintenance corridor. In the first corner of that corridor, you will find a crossbow hidden amongst the trash and debris. Use it to kill Double T.
I guess that's it for now.
So we just finished talking to Aidan O'Malley. He just wants us to do some things for him. He wants us to create a gang war, because nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war, except maybe a biblical plague. Yes, Aidan O'Malley. He's got a wife, being an Irish. I mean, to be honest, he's just a complete stereotype. Just an Irish police officer with a wife. She's a potato. Yes, he's got a potato for an Irish. Oh, fuck me! I butchered that joke, didn't I? Should have stopped when I was ahead. She's a potato. But yes, now we're just you got quest markers all over the place.
Nah, I don't do no tricks with no ogs, yo.
Now I don't take kindly to that. So there's only one way to deal with that sort of thing. There's only one way to deal with a woman being disrespectful to you.
I ain't afraid to fuck you up.
And these guys are a bunch of Mexican hard nuts. A bunch of Mexican tough guys. And so I just decided to leave those guys alone. So I was just sorting out my inventory, getting rid of shit I didn't need, just removing stuff. Yeah, because a lot of it I don't use. I mean, that was the first time I used the tranquilizer rifle in this playthrough. Usually I'm just grabbing the stun gun. But honestly, the tranquilizer rifle is absolute arse. And again, I noticed there's 2 guys here, and it's easy just to use the reflex booster. That becomes really helpful much later on when you're fighting stronger enemies. The takedowns are really pretty much your best weapon. You can get, there are some like heavy troopers, shock trooper type units later on, and they take a lot of damage, and your guy can't take too much damage, but a takedown will instantly kill them or knock them out, depending on what you choose. Now this was a wasted effort at this point. I was trying to look for a way in. I noticed a crack in the wall. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough praxis points to buy the wall punch upgrade, so I decided to use one of the plastic explosives to blow down the wall. Now I would have assumed that this would have killed the guy, just the other side of the wall, but it turns out he's completely fine. He's just a little tired. He fell asleep, so I'm just letting him sleep. Just letting him get on with his day. But yes, it turned out that coming up here was a complete waste of my time. There's nothing here. It was just a dead end. There's a shaft. There's a couple of shafts. Now I tried to use the girders and slowly slide down them. Unfortunately, on this game, you fall like a stone. When you fall pretty. As soon as you come off of something, you fall pretty hard and fast. So it's not like some games where you kind of like Fallout 3, for example. Whenever you jump, you sort of like float almost. I tried to land on one of them, but it didn't work out too well. I thought I could move, sort of in midair like most games. Unfortunately, on this, you just fall straight down without being able to move, which obviously makes sense. Moving in the air doesn't make sense, but well, I mean, such a short distance anyway. Obviously, you can move in the air, but not that short distance. So then after that, I decided just to go back the way I came, which made it a waste of time, a waste of explosives. I killed that, or I knocked that guy out, I should say. But yeah, that's that. Now, if I had I think it's the Icarus landing system, then I could have just jumped straight off, and I wouldn't have taken any damage. And you can also stun enemies. Now at the time I was recording this, I was actually doing voiceover as well, so I wasn't paying any attention to whatever that police officer said, the one that's dressed like a prostitute. I completely missed the part where she said, what is it? oh, if they don't see you, you'll get a bigger bonus. Completely missed that part. So I just didn't bother at all with it. But it's fine. Now, there's not really much difference with between the two takedowns. I believe, besides obviously, if you knock them out, then somebody can wake them up and they can get back up. But I believe it also gets you some more experience points if you knock them out. Whereas if you kill them, you get less.
Who's that?
Less points, I believe. But anyway, I tried to get through the area, but it didn't go too well. Oh, excuse me. Oh God, I'm doing this late at night. But yeah, it didn't go too well. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't ignore me. Sorry, that they would ignore me. The problem is when you move your camera left, Jensen pops out of cover, so you can't see where the other enemies are without completely popping out of cover yourself, which makes it a bit of a pain in the arse. But it didn't go too well anyway. But thanks for watching.
Gonna get eyes on him.